views expressed on this program are those of the hosts, guests, and callers, and are not necessarily those of this station, its management, or other advertisers. You're listening to Transformation Talk Radio.
You know that moment when you realize you have mastered your wellness. When you've become so resilient, you can conquer any hiccup life throws you. Yeah, well, me either. But I still ride unicorns. I'll teach you how to become a mindset master. You will learn how your habits and behavior affect your success in nutrition, exercise, relationships, organization, and so much more. It's your reality, and you need to do it your way. Self-care and self-love are anything but selfish. Take charge, get excited. If not now, then when? Grab your espresso and get ready to talk all things wellness. It's time for Coach, Couch, and Coffee Radio with Coach Peggy Willms right now.
Hey everybody, welcome to Coach, Couch, and Coffee Radio. You're here with Coach Peggy, and I'm so excited for tonight's show. Not only is Thanksgiving in 4 days, can you believe it? But I am doing such a special show here tonight. I am brought together three of my very favorite people, my personal friends. I paid them a lot of money. I drug them to meeting. And so I brought them together for multiple reasons. It makes sense because it's the month of thanks and giving and gratitude and all those things. But I also wanted to very publicly, internationally say thank you to these amazing friends who put up with my crap for all these years. So it's a very special night for me. The thing I want you guys to think about is your own very special friendships. Our title tonight is Friendships, Conditional or Unconditional Love. So I'm asking you to just take this journey with us tonight. Think about your personal friendships. Hopefully you can connect with us on some of our thoughts and our experiences, and then come away with something new. And if you have something you'd like to share with me, email me. Okay. Coach Peggy at 3wellnesspillars.com. So my ladies, before I introduce to you, I am quite sure that you have brought your special mug because it is coffee time. So what I brought, let me tell you mine first. I'm 99% sure I'm a unicorn. That's fine. Lori looks like she's ready for Christmas with her.
I am.
And Monica, what's yours say, honey?
Mine is Central Perk. It's all about the friends.
And Mercedes is blessed because I'm sure she's feeling so blessed to be here with me today. Oh, you guys. So I've kept us all together with my sense of humor. So I don't know. Let's do this. So I want to first introduce these gals, and then I want them to say a little bit about themselves. So let's go from the top. The friend I have in this beautiful setting right now, the longest friend. I'm not going to say she's the oldest friend.
Thank you.
That would not be cool. But Lori and I have been friends since 1991. And she and we're going to talk about when we met and our memories and all the hardships, if we've had any, how we got through them. But Lori and I met in Grand Junction, Colorado, when I just moved there with my kiddos and my ex-husband, which is one of the things we all got through. But I moved there and we picked a primary care physician's office, and Lori was the front beautiful smile there. And so that's how I initially met Miss Lori. Then I met gorgeous Monica over here, who looks the exact same as when I first met her.
Yes, she does.
You will see her picture pop up and go, other than winning the big hair award, her and Peggy, all of us won the big hair award. Mercedes is too young to have the big hair award. But Monica looks exactly the same. We met around 97-ish at work and pretty much haven't shut up since. We've just been connected, and she cusses like a sailor like I do. Who would not love her? Except for my Jesus-loving friend in the room, Miss Mercedes. But Jesus has taught her to love everyone, even if they cuss.
I love that.
Mercedes, I met, we were working at Hospital, also in Grand Junction, Colorado. She was running a medical clinic. I was running a medical clinic, and we have been fast friends for over 10 years. So that's how I met these gals. And so I would like to start it back at the beginning. And Lori, tell us a little bit about yourself. This is off road. You have not rehearsed this. So
Thank you.
go.
Well, as she said, I'm Lori and I'm from Grand Junction, and I have a husband of 33 years, and I have a son named Bentley, who's my four-legged furry friend. And I work at an orthopedic office. I've been there 16 years, and I just love being in the medical field. And bought a new house 2 years ago, and so very proud of it. And we figure we'll live our life out in this house. And
Lori has everything planned. Lori's
I
like,
do.
let me look
I'm
at
a
my
planner.
Excel spreadsheet and let's just see how this formula falls. Oh, that's awesome.
Not far from wrong, but that's who I am.
Good for you. That's awesome. Yay. Okay, Monica, what about you? A little bit about you.
Monica Toole. I have known Peggy, like she said, since 1997. I'm married 25 years. I have 4 kids, 3 daughters and a son. I'm a first-time empty nester, so that's quite an adjustment, I must say.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a grandma. I have a 5-year-old granddaughter that I just adore and live every day for. So I'm so incredibly blessed and thankful. So
I love her
that is
because she
me.
loves unicorns as well.
Right?
That's how we connected. I gave her my fingernail polish. She said she loves unicorns. That was a beautiful connection. All right, Mercedes, how about you? Tell us a little bit about you.
Like Peggy said, we met at St. Mary's Hospital, and just immediate friendship. I felt like I knew forever. I am married, been married for 19 years. I have a fur baby. His name is Duke. And yeah, my life's not too exciting. I work for CASA. So yeah.
Yes, you represent all the kids out there. That's for sure. Tough job. Tough job you have. All right, my friends. So as I had said, the topic is unconditional or conditional love when it comes to friendships. And one thing I wanted to just say is, for me, with our kids, it's really easy to explain, unconditional love. I love my children unconditionally because, or a sister or brother, you might love unconditionally because no matter what the condition is, I've always said to my kids, yes, you might, I don't want to say murder somebody because I would not support that, but they could end up in jail and I'm still going to visit. It's still going to be a conditional love. Lots of friends also say, I love you, unconditionally. And I'm always like, I challenge that because a lot of friendships are conditional friendships. If you do this, I will love you and support you. But if you don't, and so for me, with having you guys on here purposefully, I thought of unconditional love. And so I want to just ask you guys, like Mercedes, when you think of friendships in unconditional and conditional love, what first comes to mind? I mean, what pops up for you?
For me, unconditional is, not having any expectations that whether we can talk every day or like in our case, we maybe talk once a year or whatever, it's like we've never left off and there's no guilt from it.
Mhm.
There's love and understanding and there's no expectations. So,
Yeah, I love that. That's actually one of the things that the to-dos and the don't do's that we're going to talk. We're all getting together next week, you guys. So make sure you stay tuned for part 2. This is part 1. That's something that we're going to talk about next week is some of our thoughts on what we feel to do in support of an unconditional friendship and what not to do. So that is actually a precursor to what I say is that no matter how long it's been, when you can pick back up and not be that friend that's like, why haven't you called me? And I haven't heard from you for forever. Peace out. Like, mama's got to go. I don't have time for that. I'm out of here. So what did you think, Lori, when I talked to you about this subject of conditional and unconditional love when it came to friendships?
Well, I agree with Mercedes as well. The unconditional friendship is where you can be what and who you are and still be loved by your friends. And that's so important because a lot of time we mask things because we're afraid of what somebody's going to think, or we want them to think something different or better. And so we kind of mask ourselves. But true friendship, you can tell people the truth and they're not going to,
Yeah.
be judgmental about it. And that's important to be able to open up and take that mask off.
Yeah. I love
and be
that.
who you are.
I love that. That's good. Monica, what about you? What came to mind when I said, oh, this is what we're going to talk about?
I totally agree with both Lori and Mercedes. It's loving your friends unconditionally. It's like Mercedes said. I mean, there's been times, in our friendship since 1997 where maybe we didn't talk for a few years, and we just pick up where we left off. There's no guilt. There's no shame. We just, it's literally like we just never missed a beat.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
You guys, if you've noticed, Mercedes like, yeah, if we only talk once a year, Monica's like, yeah, if we don't talk for a couple of years. Let's be clear. That distance has not happened. You guys need to check your movie. We have not fallen that far apart. Or the show is over. What have you been telling yourselves? Stay in your own movie. But get out. Even if we don't talk for 10 years, we're so happy Peggy asked us to be on. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, so now let's go back around, and I want to this next thing that I want to talk about is how one of the first things that I remember when we met. So this is gonna get old. As we go around the room, Lori, you're first. So when I think about Lori, again, I had met her when she was at my primary care physician's office. Monica, I had met at place of employment. Obviously, I meet people where they work. corporate wellness, that's what so first impression, let's think about this. So you guys, we first see each other. What are the opinions that you have of somebody's external, the way they're behaving, and not even us just specifically? Because I know for me, it seems like that person that I look at where I'm just like almost not thinking that I might buy, like, not that they irk me, but I'm like, damn, she's got some energy. Like they'll catch my attention. Ends up being the one that I connect with like the most. They catch my attention, whether they stand really firm on a belief or they know because Mercedes is kind of a little bit of an introvert. I mean, the two of us together, one would not think. Okay. We got this little enchilada, and this little girl over here, but we connect. And it's like, so what catches your eye typically about somebody when you are going to become fast friends? Is there a trait or behavior? Monica, what do you think? Is there anything that sticks out when you know you're going to connect with somebody?
It's typically their personality or just something about their aura. Sometimes it could be just somebody who's really quiet and you notice them maybe observing others and you think, what are you thinking? So it's maybe more about their aura. For you and I, it was, I think, your personality. I remember seeing you and thinking, I watched you because I'm an observer. So I was watching you and I thought, you're somebody I need in my life. Because to me, when I saw you interacting with other people, you were very real. And I thought, okay, nobody's this real like all the time, right? I mean,
what's
but who
that
can
broad
fake,
get going on?
right? I mean, who can fake what she's doing, right? So it was always very real to me. And I always saw you that way. And I remember thinking, how beautiful you were, how real you were, and beautiful, not just from the outside. I could see you interact with others and you could see your beauty, your internal beauty. And I thought, yeah, I need her in my life.
Oh, that's
I didn't know why, but I did.
Because I paid you. You remember, that's all good. There are two things. All good relationships are based on lies, and all good relationships there's some money involved.
Not true.
Not true. Okay, so friendships have their ups and downs. And for us, I was really struggling when I was thinking about the three of us getting together. I was like, there are a lot of ups I can think of, a lot of good times. I had a really hard time actually even coming up with some very specific one. And I mean, there are obviously downs. I was thinking, okay, Mercedes is already laughing. She already knows where I'm going. Of the four of us here today, I've had the most downs.
Oh,
That's
but you've grown so much more than us, though.
See how I've earned that right there. But I mean, there are lots of ups and downs. So like I was thinking, if I had to think of Lori's ups and downs, like I would think of Lori, some of the ups for me, when I think of Lori and my ups are like, you are like my biggest fan to the point that I have to tell you to smarten up. You're like, oh my God, this and you this and you I'm like,
you're everything.
No. and you even, Arnie, your husband, she's like, oh my gosh, she just loves you. I'm like, no, but the down, I remember the most down we had, or that I saw you that we got through, is when you were laid off your job at Rocky. Remember that?
Was rough. That was rough.
You switched your profession, but you grew out of that and you really leaned on those people that you could count on. So that for me would be one of the downs.
Right.
When I was thinking of Monica and I was thinking about our ups are always going to have coffee and eat. We always had coffee and went to eat. Salad. Yeah. And then we just go. We're only on an hour lunch, but it's been 2 hours. And then
true.
The down, I remember, Monica, well, and it wasn't really a down. It was just like, you were like, oh crap, with a bunch of cuss words we can't say.
Yep.
Is when you found out you were pregnant with baby number 4. Yeah. I remember sitting in my office and you were like, oh my God. And I'm like, girl, everything's going to be fine. No one's dying. You're like, oh my God. He's going to watch this, I know, and he's going to be like, dang, Mom. But I just remember you specifically sitting there and just going, this is going to happen. This is still happening no matter how you react. So I remember that.
Yep.
Mercedes, for an up for us, I would just say it would be clear. Finally getting you to leave the employment that I left way before you did. Right? And I think the down is that I will never be able to convince you to do self-care and take care of yourself. Seriously. I'm going to go to my grave not being able, with one of my best buddies, because of anyone I can think of, clients or whomever, you are my top 5 biggest challenges on self-care. Seriously, because your heart is so huge. You give to so many people. So talk about being able to coach you worldwide. So when you guys think of ups and downs with us, and I want the listeners, I want them to be able to resonate with like, oh, my best friend from however, what kind of ups and downs did we go through, or value your friendship. Maybe somebody listening might go, wow, my friendship isn't really what I thought it was, or what is transparency, or taking the mask off, or what is laughter or acceptance. And I mean, I'm not telling everybody to get rid of their friends at all, but it's really important to assess the relationships that you have, because we want to hang out with like-minded people that lift us up, because lots of times we can also hang out with those that bring us down, that we don't realize are bringing us down until we're dragging in the mud. So,
and I had one of those. I worked with her and she was very toxic. And I've never seen anybody have such a negative, bad day every day for 3-4 years. And I would come home and my husband's, oh, you must have worked with so-and-so, because I tried to not let it get to me. But I think when you're with somebody that long and all day long at work, you can't get away from it. And pretty soon it starts breeding into you. And I was glad to get away from that. And I've never had that before, and I won't have that again, because it does affect you, even though you try so hard not to let it.
Especially if you've let them in, to sever it at work and stuff. It's hard too. So Monica, what's your favorite memory of us? I mean,
oh gosh,
of the 1,000.
Which one?
I don't really have one. I mean, like I said before, it's when we get together, we talk, and we have no idea how much time has passed. I mean, it'll literally be 3-4 hours. We have no idea what day it is anymore, how much time has passed. We just keep talking.
It's 2023.
Right? And it's all the sharing that we do. You know, I ask about your life, you tell me about your life, you tell me about your kids, what you're doing, where you might travel to, all of those things. You ask me about my kids. I mean, it's just as much
Back and forth.
sharing and giving and affirmation both ways. And that's just priceless to me, because you don't have that with everybody. And those friendships that you have that with, it just comes so natural. It's just effortless. And that's how it feels.
That's awesome.
I'd have to say mine is really stands out is our Lake Powell trip. Remember that, Peggy?
Girl, that's when we got all mad at all the men in the world. And I think 8 chicks we took off to Lake Powell and said,
we did. We just turned and ran.
We did. It was over July 4th.
4th.
And so Lake Powell is a huge, obviously, lake, people, if you're not near. It's in Utah, right?
Utah. Yep.
And it goes down to Arizona. Okay. So we're like, we're going to go to Lake Powell. We're going to have a boat. One of us had a boat. And when we go down there, no man's helping us. We're going to do it all. Seriously. Come on.
It's true.
We don't even get out of town. And the person who owns the boat goes, I forgot the boat key. Great. So we didn't. Oh, Lori, that's one of my favorite too. We even all had matching red, white, and blue bikinis.
We did. And did you forget that, of course, you know, Peggy is, you know, the little planner and everything. She just kind of reminds me of Julie McCoy from the Love Boat. And she planned the whole trip. And so what we did was we all got red, white, and blue bathing suits. And she says, we are the Budweiser girls. And so we acted like the Budweiser girls. And I remember a boat going by with a little kid on it, a little boy. And he's like, look, Daddy, the Budweiser girls are right over there. And we're like, hello. And we played it up. But, you know, that was just the deeper friendships that we gained from that weekend was amazing. And, of course, laughed until we cried, as you know, with Peggy.
Yeah, there was some alcohol involved.
Exceptional. Very little.
You know, oh, God, you guys are cracking me up. You know, Mercedes, one of the favorite of mine that I have of yours, and you probably, I mean, hopefully you'll agree. When you come to town, you're the one that goes over to my parents' house with me. And you're such a sweet soul that bringing you into that environment was so safe. And we've been doing that forever. And they let you in, which nobody comes up in Mama Papa's house, especially when you knock on the door without saying you're coming. Oh my God. So, but you've always gone there, and we would go shopping for them and that's one of my favorite things is and you have lots of secrets that you can't share about those events.
That's right.
What sticks out for you over the years?
Well, I'm kind of like in the same with Monica. Like, there's nothing specific. Just that quality time with you when we talk. Again, there's no judgment. When we talk for hours about anything and everything, trying to solve the problems of the world. And
because we still believe we can, because we're Budweiser girls.
That's great.
It's just that quality time. I mean, I can't, I kept trying to think of one specific, and I can't just.
That's awesome.
It's just because we're always just, I don't know, you've always encouraged me, been supportive, never judgmental, even with my stubbornness. Because especially with what you do, right. I know what I need to do, and I don't always do it, but you've never judged me for it. You just keep encouraging. So there's not one specific thing. It's just that time with you. And yeah, it's just the best. So.
That's so nice. I hope the viewers don't think that I've seriously paid you guys to do this. Because,
checks in the mail.
Right?
She might have 100 friends, but she only asked the 3 that still like her. I wanted to say, I know without saying any other names or anything like that, but would you say, like, what's missing in your any other friendships that aren't unconditional? Would you say it's transparency or being honest, or like, what would you say is the missing link?
Time.
Time.
Yeah. I mean, as women, as you know, we have so much going on between kids and house and groceries and cleaning. And I find that, you know, if you look at it, men get together with their buddies so much more than we do. And it's hard to get together because, oh, wow, my kid's sick, or I'm doing this, or I can't this weekend. And I finally this year have developed a group of girls, and they're all different ones, but we go to the meeting, or I'm sorry, we go to a movie. And we do that, you know, and that's our
So you have
thing. There's
something
another group that I
dedicated.
get together and go out to breakfast or lunch, whichever we choose. And
Yeah.
that has helped me immensely to have
so
other women in my life, because I've really never had that all my life where we did
Right.
things together. I mean, I had our friendships, but nothing where you went out and did something with them, and then, you know, not just staying at home, you know, doing what you have to do as a wife or mother or whatever.
I think that's a really good point, is as we do age, and I we're probably getting close to the end of this first series. But as we age, that's another thing you just brought up that makes me think, is that friendships evolve. And so when we're younger, we might be able to have, let's say it's raising kids in common or a job, and we have those conversations, and maybe we have a little bit more time if we have kids in t-ball, or you're volunteering somewhere, if it's at work. But what I really recognize and appreciate with all you guys is we have evolved and gone through so many things.
Yeah.
I mean, literally births, deaths, marriages, divorces, struggles, accidents, you know, anything. And we still get through that, but respect the fact that we may have been able to spend 2 hours then, and maybe it's 20 minutes now, but
Right.
it's the respect that we have to, relationships are different as we go along. Okay, I'm going to pause right here. Kat, are you there? Okay, you guys, well, time flies. So we can't stay on here until 2033 or whatever. So what we're going to do, this finishes up part 1. And again, we're going to be back next week. Make sure you guys join us. It's 3 Pacific, 6 Eastern, and Thanksgiving is this Thursday. I'm going to give you a couple tips. Eat your healthy meal before you go, and then you won't overeat. And make sure you have really fun traditions with your family. Do something different. Come back and join us. If you want to see any of my series that I have going on, hop onto my Facebook site. And then I have a December dash coming up. You've got to grab a spot for that. You've got 4 individual sessions with me. $199 is it. We can do whatever goals. Reach me at Coach Peggy at 3wellnesspillars.com. And my friends, we will be back next week. See
All right.
you
Bye.
on the couch.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Thank you for listening to Coach Couch and Coffee Radio with me, Coach Peggy Willms. Did you hear something that made you go, or have an aha moment? I live for those. If not, we will get you next time. I will be back every first and third Monday at 3 p.m. Pacific to tough love you to become smarter, stronger, braver, healthier, and happier. Duh. I will be back with a barrel of positivity, and you never know when a guest might pop in. There is no time for excuses. So don't forget to bring your coffee and an open mind as we talk all things wellness on Coach Couch and Coffee Radio with me, Coach Peggy Willms. Now go grab a ray of sunshine.